Hello everyone, my name is Ashlie, Ashlie, and please don't forget to subscribe to me. Today I'm doing a declutter of all of my highlighters, so please get comfortable and let's get right into it. This palette from BH Cosmetics, it is the 6 color highlight. I have had this for a very long time. And it is now extremely dry and I never seem to reach for it. I'm going to finally declutter it. Next, I have this highlighter palette from Ofra. This palette is very cute. It has 5 shades everywhere from light to dark. It is very nice formula. So I'm going to hold on to this to see more of how I feel about it. Next, from Cover FX, I have this palette. It has 3 shades. It has 24 karat gold, white gold, and rose gold. I did do a little swatching, but it just seems no matter how many times I put my finger into the palette, it just doesn't give enough bam as I want it to. I guess I just don't like the formula, so I am going to put this in the declutter pile. Bye. ColourPop. This one's in Lunch Money. This one has to be the softest highlighter that I have. It is very blinding, affordable, and pigmented. I absolutely adore the formula of most of ColourPop, I should say, because I do buy all their stuff. So definitely keeping this. So this LA Colors highlight I got from the Dollar Tree. It was one whole dollar. Can you believe that? It is in the shade Shine Bright. I heard from a few other YouTubers actually that it was amazing, and it is. It has the most gorgeous gold undertone. It is nice and light. Look, I swatched it. See how beautiful it is? It has the nice shimmer, and it is a very buttery formula, and I actually got this about 6 months ago and it is still working like a dream. So I am definitely keeping this. Laura Mercier in the shade Highlight 01. This is gorgeous on the natural looking side, but it is very pigmented and I do love the formula. So if it's trying to run away, I am definitely going to be keeping this. From Jeffree Star Cosmetics, I have 2 highlighters. This one is in Siberian Gold, and this one is Ice Cold. I'll do a swatch for you. So here's the swatches. I do enjoy both highlighters. They are extremely pigmented and buttery feeling still. So I am definitely going to keep them because I love them. So regardless of all the drama behind the name, I could never let this go because I absolutely love these and I paid my own money for them. So I'm keeping them. This is from Beauty Bakery. It is in the shade, I don't know because I can't find it. So Icy Illuminator. Just put some in the top so I could swatch it for you. It is super bright, but I just think it's a little too dark for my skin tone. So I am going to put this in the declutter pile. Next, from Ciate, I have Confetti. Here is what it looks like swatched. It is pretty, but again, for my skin tone, it is a bit too gold. I love the way the product looks inside. I like the mirror. The formula is lovely, but if it's too dark for my skin, obviously I'm not going to hold on to it and not use it. It's not. So I am going to be getting rid of this. So when it comes to Becca, I am extremely saddened by the news of them closing because it has been my #1 ride or die. If you can't tell how much I love this, take a look inside how much pan I have hit. I only have a little bit of Champagne Pop left, but I also loved Moonstone. It is basically like Champagne Pop, just a little bit lighter, which I actually even have backups when I heard they were going out of business in Champagne Pop. I believe this is Champagne Pop as well. Yes, it is. So I unfortunately cannot ever let these go. I have to use them whether they're going out of business or not. They're closing their doors in September. So if you're interested in getting these because they're just that freaking good, I would go purchase them now. From Too Faced, I have You're So Jelly highlighter in Bourbon Bronze. This is the only highlighter that I do have in this type of formula. I did swatch it. Think it smells like peaches. It smells extremely good. I could just sit here and sniff it, but I'm not going to keep it because it looks very patchy and I don't like the formula. And it very well could be that this is highly expired and I did have it for a very long time, so I'm going to get rid of this. From Fenty Beauty Cinnamon, this stick. It is a nice coppery brown and it might look good on my eyes, but I have single eyeshadow sticks. It is just not a highlighter for me. Maybe if I had a slightly darker skin tone, but this again is just too dark for me, so I'm going to be getting rid of this. From Wet n Wild, I have the highlighter from SpongeBob. It is a limited edition. So this is just way too gold for me. And it kind of just looks very metallic-y and too glittery for me. I'm going to be tossing this one, unfortunately. This Wet n Wild Baked Blush is another limited edition. Here is what it looks like swatched, and it's okay. The formula is okay, but I just have other ones that I'm more in love with, so I don't need this one. It's kind of just taking up space, so I'm going to be getting rid of this. From Revlon Skin Lights Prismatic Highlighter. This is one of my favorites from the drugstore. It's in the shade 201 Daybreak Glimmer. Here is what she looks like swatched. Girl, it is blinding. It is incredible. This is one of my favorites because how affordable it is. It's nice and natural looking if you don't use a lot, but it is very pigmented. You cannot beat this, especially for the price. So I am never, ever letting this girl go. Also, from the drugstore, I got Maybelline Master Chrome. This is in the shade 100 Molten Gold. This will never get out of my grasp either because shoo, she is buttery. I love the formula. Super affordable and it is very nice on my skin. And to point out, I am just about hitting pan. Here is what it looks like swatched. I just absolutely love this formula. So I'm going to be keeping that. From Ofra, this was the Nikkie Tutorial Ofra Duo. It is their Ever Glow highlighter. I do like the white and the middle shade, but for the fact that I'm not a fan of the darker one, I'm not going to sit here and make sure I don't get this color. It's just more work than anything. So since I kept the other Ofra highlights, I am going to get rid of this one because let's face it, girl, I never reach for it, so there is no reason I need to hold on to it when somebody else could get more use out of it. From the Cream Shop, there is a white, pink, and blue highlights in Halo Lovely Omega. I never reach for it. To me, it is very powdery and cheap looking on the skin. I'm not a fan of the colors at all. It's just too dry and there's kind of like glitter particles in it and very, very blotchy on the skin. Definitely going to get rid of this. From Milani, I have this palette It has the shades Unicorn Dreams, Make Believe, and Otherworldly. And I do apologize for my dogs barking. They always know when I'm recording, so they never stop. I'll be right back to shush them up. Alright, I am back. It's like, God forbid people walk around where we live and they just have to bark as if they're trespassing. So I always gotta go check and make sure, but everything is good. So I did the swatches with Milani, and I think they're absolutely stunning. I have never used it, and they look incredible on my skin. Another ColourPop Super Shock I just took out of the box. This one's in the shade Stole the Show. I literally can't get over how creamy they feel. They're just phenomenal. Super affordable, creamy, and blinding. Girl, you need to get one. If you don't have one, you don't know what you're missing. Definitely keeping this one. From Too Faced, I have two that are the exact same color. It is Canary Diamonds. This formula has never been that great. I have never reached for it, and I'm going to get rid of it because it is just like glitter particles. So I'm definitely going to be getting rid of these. This Born to Glow Liquid Illumination from NYX in the shade Sunbeam. I will swatch this for you. Literally just put a huge glob on my arm. Besides where it looks like it pooped on my arm, it looks very dewy and shiny. I'm going to hold on to this to see more of a review and how I like it. This is from Fenty Beauty in the shade Trophy Wife. It is just way too gold and glittery for me. I am going to be getting rid of this one. This palette from Zoeva, Spice of Life. I have had this for approximately 2 years now. It is pretty expired. You can tell from the particles on my hand that it's dried out and very chalky. I am going to be getting rid of this palette. From Marc Jacobs, this is one of the only liquid highlighters that I have from them in 50 Dew U Dew Drops. And on my skin, it gives definitely a dewy, natural looking glow. I absolutely adore the way this looks, so I'm going to hold on to that. This palette from Wet n Wild highlighting powder, it's in the shade Winter Falls in LA. This is just very expired and very chalky. I'm going to be getting rid of that. There is absolutely no reason to hold on to this, so she going. ColourPop, these sticks are incredible. This is in the shade Star Bright. Here is a nice swatch of it. It looks super shiny and gorgeous. I love how blinding it is. I love highlighters that are blinding. So since I just got this, I haven't even yet tried it on my cheeks, but just from looking at it, I kind of just fell in love. So girl, you love at first sight. I'm going to be keeping you. This Kinder Glow palette I received in BoxyCharm, and I am not a fan of the formula at all. I think it is actually pretty dry and nothing that exciting that I don't already have. So she going in my get rid of pile. From Eloise in Get Gleaming. This is a really good size liquid highlighter. It is very natural and shiny. I got this from BoxyCharm and I have yet to use it, so I'm definitely going to hold on to this. From another YouTuber, Laura Lee, I have had this highlighter for quite some time in the shade Warm and Toasty. Here is what it looks like on my skin. It is gorgeous, but I do have other golds and it is a little bit too dark for me, so I'm going to finally get rid of it because she's pretty expired. Another drugstore favorite is from Essence, the Pure Nude Highlighter in Popping Champagne. Here is a nice swatch. I bought this from Ulta and it is absolutely stunning. It is very natural. You don't have to make it too bright if you don't want a crazy harsh look. You don't need it so where it's blinding. So I'm definitely going to keep that because I love her so much. I got this Artist Couture in Boxy as well. It's in the shade Summer Haze. In the light, it is so beautiful, and I don't have that many loose powder highlighters, so I'm definitely going to hold on to this. Next, I have Physicians Formula in the Butter Highlighter. It's in the shade Pearl. I do like a lot of their products because they smell just like coconut. I love them, love them. This formula is still stunning, and I just absolutely adore it. It is very affordable, very pigmented, and very creamy. I'm definitely going to keep this. So here is all the highlighters that I am going to be keeping. I am keeping 24 highlighters. And here is all the highlighters I am getting rid of. I am getting rid of 18 highlighters. So I would say I did a pretty gosh darn good job, don't you say? Please stay tuned for my next declutter. I'll see you then.